Okay. I think Skarlon is ready now. So I'm gonna call, and then hopefully the audio doesn't fuck up. Okay, nice.
Alright, hey.
Hi. Is the balancing all good? Just checking. Sorry. Thank you,
All good.
Crosswan. Anyway, I've been waiting for a good memento list. Can you
Hmm.
help me with that?
Well, I'm looking at the one on stream, and I'm gonna tell you
I know,
a
I
couple things.
know. I know it's illegal. I can't play 20 extra deck.
Well, first off, I don't vouch for Fiendsmith Memento. I don't think you need the extra end board that it provides, and I think it adds additional cards into the deck you don't want to draw, which Memento already has a problem with.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and as for the Terratop stuff, like the like Goblin heavy package with UFD, the reason that guy that won the YCS was playing UDF, right, was because it was a way of making an end board when you get shifted. And shifters at 1 in Master and in the TCG now, and also Dwellers banned in the TCG. So it's still legal in Master, but no one plays a rank 4 deck, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
The two cards that were the reason you would play the heavy Goblin engine don't really matter in Master. So
So what you're saying is you think the optimal build is not going to play Goblin, and it's not going to play Fiendsmith. It's going to
you
be
still play
pure.
the Goblin spell, and you can still play a version that plays like a copy of Doug to make Gabonga. I could show you a list for that build if you want.
This
You
seems
just
like
don't
a
play the
bad
heavy
draw.
Takitongo pack. It's a okay draw. Um,
I guess you can normal summon it and then summon the
yeah.
Goblin from the deck.
At absolute worst, it is normal summoning Goblin because you normally add the breakout, tribute it for breakout. Like,
From what I do know about the Memento cards, there's like a lot of normal summons. So maybe
mm-hmm.
we don't want too many.
Yeah. So
Okay. So I'll cut the
so
Terratop engine for now.
do you
And
want me to just
all of the
send you my
Fiendsmith.
40 card list?
You could.
And we can tune it to any changes you might want to do.
Honestly, I don't have a spare monitor right now though, so you might as well just tell me what to put.
Okay, sure, no worries. Okay, so the first thing is you play a second copy of Goblin.
Okay, so it's taking out the Fiendsmith. We don't want
Yeah,
Lacrima, this, or
yeah, we
this,
don't play any of the
this,
Fiendsmith stuff.
or this. We want two of these. Okay.
So you don't need the area leader. You don't need the Verte.
We don't play Verte?
So the problem with Verte is Memento Fusion is used to summon a monster that combos. Fusing into something that then locks you out of summoning for the rest of the turn isn't particularly productive.
Okay.
Um,
Isn't this
because
also an
like
N-board piece though? Because it does have like pops.
he is an Emble piece, but you generally don't end on him. You generally either leave him in grave and revive him with creation, or you fuse him on the opponent's turn. It's especially through interaction, very rare he stays on the field. Um, the whole reason that you make him turn 1 really is to send 3 from deck, because that's insane.
I see.
So not being able to resolve a Gaddock or Aki that you send after summoning him kind of hurts.
Okay, so we'll cut the Verte.
I have never felt the need to go into cross sheep. It enables like these weird lines, but I think they're overextendy and just more vulnerable to interruption, and they make a board that loses to the exact same cards that that your regular import loses to.
Have you played much in Master Duel with the Master Duel version?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I thought this was like more of a Appaloosa thing.
So my problem with Appaloosa is that Primite is 90% of ladder, and if you end on Appa, your opponent's just going to drill beam it. Whereas if
Really?
you end
I don't know
on
about
Elf
that.
SP, they can't drill beam your SP or your creation.
They have to draw it. Because you negate the
They also
search.
could search it.
I guess you can't negate the spell, yeah.
I think there's just far too much targeted interruption that hits the Apo, and like, yes, Apo is a very strong endboard piece,
What are we trying to end on then, if there's no Appaloosa in here?
So the end board I usually make, if I'm completely uninterrupted and would be doing a big long combo, it would be Elf pointing to creation and SP, with both spells set. And sometimes you have King on board, and you sometimes already have Mace in hand, sometimes you have to search on the opponent's turn. But essentially that's like the multiple pops with King. You can potentially summon Blade on the opponent's turn to pop a back row. You could fusion into King or into Guardian Chimera. You could take a troll of something and then fuse it off for Guardian Chimera. You have an untargetable SP, which is very strong. The other great thing about that is if they attack over the SP, like a lot of people want to go battle phase, kill the SP, go main 2, you just go end of battle phase, Elf revive the SP. It's a lot harder to interact with than an Appaloosa that could just be impermed.
Okay.
I still play the Appo, but I would cut it if you want to play Gabonga stuff.
Do we want to play Gabonga? I don't see the point in playing this without Terratop, because it's like not good, right?
So it is. There's so you can play Mirage Lights. Yeah, Elle, my friend, is in the chat, is talking about Mirage Lights. So you could do cross sheet for that as well. But like, one of the things Gabonga's useful for is you can do this line. I haven't practiced that one as much, but it's basically you can make Gabonga with any of your 3s because you have a bunch of level 3s in here. You search the Doug. The Doug detaches to summon himself, which then searches the Goblin search spell. The Goblin search spell adds Memento Goblin, then detaches another material to summon again. And you basically just summon a bunch of bodies and off of just like 2/3s. And
Wait,
it just, like,
how do you
gives a bunch
summon
of
again? What is
So,
the second effect?
all the Goblin cards, the other Goblin spell, the one next to Talents.
Oh, this one. Right.
Yeah. So it has 2 different detach effects. And you basically just get to keep like summoning bodies. And it also means Gabonga is kind of an interaction piece because going second, because you can use him to steal an opponent's monster after detaching with him with your own Doug. And then he still has 2 materials to go into he still has 3 materials to go into a Zeus.
Okay. It also lets you play around Super Poly, maybe. This feels...
Yeah.
I feel like we've made a lot of like meta decisions, but I don't currently even know like what the basics of the deck is. What is the end board?
So,
like, what is the combo?
We'll go with... Tell you what, yeah, let's build a basic version that doesn't worry about this complicated stuff. I'll just tell you the list real quick then. You play a second Sleepy.
We play 2, okay.
And you cut the Horn Dragon. It's just kind of win more. You don't really need it.
Mm-hmm.
You want to play... you don't play the traps. They're just more bricks that don't do anything in your opening hand, and you don't really need them. They're just kind of win more.
Oh, wow. Oh my god, we just got a raid. Thank you.
Yo.
Amima. Thank you. A virtual ghost is haunting you.
Right. Okay, you want to be playing... yeah, let's cut the goblin stuff now. So cut the Dugs and the Grand Entrance.
We still play this.
You still play the Breakout because it's crazy. It's just imperm dodging.
That's what I thought. I thought you'd play 3 of this just because it's like a blowout when they imperm your normal summon.
Yeah, it's another way to play through interaction, and it turns a hand trap into a normal summon. So
oh, that's true. It's kind of like OSS plus a hand trap.
Yeah.
That is true.
You play 3 King, preferably.
Wait, this one? No. King?
No,
this
no,
one.
the fusion.
Okay, play 3 of this.
Yeah. You don't play the Baphomet because that's just for the
That's
sequence
for
lines.
sequence.
You don't really make
You don't need sequence either.
No. So those lines are like, You can do a Griffin combo where you like quick effect summon Griffin on your opponent's turn.
Ooh.
Again, super like win more. I would put in Celine and access code because that's a fairly simple line. It's just, you know, you can make Celine with Anguish, bring back the Anguish, make an access code, and that's pretty easy to do. Spolly targets, I would play Star Source Dragon.
Do we actually play Super Poly?
Oh yeah, I think Spolly's crazy right now.
Okay.
So,
what is the benefit of this? I feel like using 2 cards to fuse away 2 Blue Eyes monsters is like kind of weak.
So you fuse away. The thing about Star Source is this fuses away Ultimate and Blazer before they can do anything. So then you're just playing into like the back row, and generally we can play through that. You can also just set it against Blue Eyes, fuse when they try and put bodies on board into like a Mud Dragon, and then they just can't do anything. It turns them off like Sage effect in hand. It turns them off of Wishes effect in grave because they can't target their own Blue Eyes.
Yeah, I would have thought you'd be trying to go Mud Dragon for the Super Poly, if possible.
Yes, but
I guess, yeah, you're not going to get different types.
Yeah, you're only going to get different types when they're doing setup. They're not going to end on different
What about
types.
Garura then? Or is this no... There's not really any point if you're playing this? I guess different matchups. Fair enough.
So, Garura Mud Dragon just hits like basically every rogue deck. Star Source I specifically have in here because Blazar's a wind. So you need something that hits a non-light. You keep the Duke of Demise in here because he's great against Fiendsmith for spollying.
How do you... Oh, you mean actually as a target. That's cool.
Yeah, he's a great target because you just fuse off two like fiends, but also the additional normal summon can come up in Memento. Like you have a lot of normals. So that's
what I thought, right? That's why I thought the Fiendsmith to summon this with your Fiendsmith cards could be pretty good, right?
Yeah, I think if you're playing Fiendsmith Memento, you would play this. But I don't have any real practice with that build to.
Because even without Lacrima, you can make this with. There's no bricks, right? Like Lurie and Tract are full combo, because they can still make this with sequence, right?
I'm not sure. I don't know the lines for post Duke like Fiendsmith Memento. I would need to someone else.
Okay, we'll play your version today, of course. Cut Droplet.
Yeah, just to learn.
Isn't this good?
Cut Droplet. I would cut Droll before you cut Droplet. Droplet is good. It's not great into Blue Eyes. And Blue Eyes is everywhere. It's not great into the mirror, and it's really good. I think when like Malice and Ryziel come out, but
I would be right now probably trying to make it so that all of my non-engine are good against Blue Eyes, because that's just like 80% of the matches.
Then yeah, I would not play Droplet then.
Okay.
I also don't play Fuwalos in here. I find that like you really want to minimize hands where you put cards you can't do anything with in Memento.
Okay.
I would play Called By absolutely in here. Yeah, oh yeah, it's in there. I'm just looking at the list wrong. What am I got different here? Oh, I would play 1 for 1.
Do you want us to cut this, by the way? We definitely don't play this without.
Oh yeah, I don't play Crossout.
Would we cut the Gabunga?
Oh yeah, I don't play Gabunga. Yeah.
I don't think we'd cut Crossout in Master Duel.
That's fair.
It's just Max C, right? You have to.
Yeah, I also play Imperm, so I guess it does.
That's also why I think Droll is like kind of good, because it's Can you draw yourself in this under Max C?
Yeah, you can, but depending on the point in the combo, that can just turn off your turn. like...
Droll is so strong in the current format. Yeah, I think so. It's not... I don't know if it's amazing against Blue Eyes, though, because, like, often you do drop it, and then, like, yeah, they're not going to search a few more times that they would have, but their end board is still, like, an end board.
Yeah, they're still going to make a competent end board through it. Fiendsmith also doesn't care about it.
Yeah.
Particularly, and,
What about the talents?
Oh, talents... you can play it. I don't. It's entirely... Like, non-engine is one of those things you can mix around. I like to play impermanent here. You don't have to. Like, I'm playing Ash, Maxi, Spolly, Imperm, and that's, like... And Cold Buy, and that brings me up to, like, 40. You can basically play whichever non-engine you think you like more.
Let's take out this for now. Do you want me to play exactly 40?
Close to 40 I think is good. You don't have to play exactly 40.
Because isn't there a lot of draws that are bad? Like, you don't want to draw this, or this, or this.
There is, but also you want to have names in hand for stuff like Fusion, or Bone Party, or Sleepy. You don't want to minimize your chance. You don't want to reduce your chance of drawing names. You just want to reduce your chance of drawing bad names, which is why I play 2 Sleepy and don't play Horn Dragon.
So, what do you think of this list so far? We need one more extra deck card. Is it, like, ready to go? At least to, like, start with?
Yeah, I would say just put the Appaloosa back in, because it can sometimes come up. Or maybe Typhon. I personally play Typhon. It's not mandatory, though.
Are we playing this combo?
Yeah, we could try it. You can just make it, like...
We need the
like,
crush
the
sheet
combo
for that.
line... One of the combo line that, like... I haven't practiced, but you can do that, and it's alright, because, like, a lot of people are on, like, breakers. It can be useful. It's, like, good against Tenpai. But, yeah, I don't think it's great into Blue Eyes, which is why I wouldn't blindly do it, is my problem.
Okay. I mean, Blue Eyes is the deck I'm trying to counter. I'm not really afraid of Tenpai. I don't think people play that anymore.
Yeah, that's fine. Then yeah, I would cut the one Imperm. I would probably play 1-for-1 in here, and then I think
Cut the one Imperm. It's probably true. I'm just playing it for Crossout, but it's kind of whatever.
I just don't think there's... When Crossout's limited, I don't think it's worth, like, playing one-ups for it.
Yeah. I mean, I like doing it just because it's, Oh no, how do I find this card?
You could search limited cards, like filter by limited, that would probably help.
How do you do that?
It's at the bottom of the filters.
There we go. So what does this summon? This summons the Goblin.
Or Mace.
Okay.
So it's another way of just turning a card in hand into a play.
Put my goat Typhon back in, or you don't resub. Do we want Typhon?
If you put in Typhon, you'd have to take out the Herald for it. It's up to you.
So, let's say this was our deck list. What would I do with the best starter, which is this, right?
Yeah, so do you want me to, do you want to, like, craft it and go into solo mode with it?
We can. Just checking, like, everything is definitely, we're not missing something.
No, this is everything.
Okay. Let's pull some royals. I'm crafting
really
Maxi.
Crammed, like, a lot of UR dust into this deck, right? With this last double wave. Like, the King, the Sleepy, and the Goblin Breakout all being UR is so messed up.
Yeah, it is kind of a lot. I'm gonna have to craft it on my main, and it's gonna be expensive as well.
Alright, I wondered why you didn't own, like, any of the staples.
Yeah, why don't I own Maxi? I don't play it.
I was wondering how you had so much UR dust, and now I know. I, like, narrowly had enough dust to craft this.
I don't have any royals
You're
yet.
getting some free packs.
I am, but this account only exists to play Memento.
That's fair. That's what my account exists for too.
Do we really need 3 of this?
Yeah, so you're gonna be sending one to grave anyway, so the way to look at it is you only actually have 2 in your extra 99% of the time. So you really want it for grind. Like, for example, there's a lot of game states where your opponent might like interact with your king that you leave on the board before you use the effect, like they might imperm it or something, right? And you can just fuse a second one and use that one.
Okay.
Or
So
many pull.
we're ready to do some combos.
Yes. So
That was almost an hour of deck building only. Let me just get some
it really
accessories.
it really gets away from your time of
What's a Memento themed sleeve?
There isn't really a good sleeve for them. There is a great dual field for them, but I don't think you have enough.
Which one?
The gemstone one, the pyroxene cave.
Oh, I don't have enough. You're right.
Yeah, unfortunate.
Well, they're all expensive. I guess we don't need them. Let's play these cool Fiendsmith ones. If we play the Fiendsmith ones, then our opponents will be scared that we're going to pivot into Fiendsmith, and we're not going to do that.
True. Proof nuke. There is a Gaddick profile picture, but I don't know if it's in the store, or if it was like one that was like in one of the events. I think it was in one of the events, so it's
fine. We only have 1 look, and it's this look. Okay,
Fair enough.
let's go into solo mode. Hopefully some of these are actually completed so that I can, actually play them.
Oh yeah, that would be useful. I think a bunch of them you can just go into. Yeah, you just go into. Always the Monarch one.
Actually the Monarch one isn't the right one, but yeah, it's fine. Because it doesn't have an extra deck, so you can't do like Maximus combos.
Could you like screen share your master to me so I don't have the delay for this bit?
Oh right, yeah.
Well, you've opened combo at least.
How is that?
Okay, so we start with.
So if we imagine that this doesn't exist, what is the 1-card Anguish combo?
Normal summon Anguish. And we're gonna add Tatsunu Toshiko. Oh yeah, we need that setting on. You really need the chain settings on for Memento.
Activation order on, activation confirmation. This is everything I need, right?
Place down card is transparent, I guess.
I suppose so.
That'd be it.
I also need to change this one to switch.
Custom. Alright. We get horse. We get Tatsu. We summon the Tatsu. Technically, there's 2 lines you can go down here, so it depends on your hand. If you have nothing else in hand, you can go for a safer one. But I'll show the standard line. I'll show you that one as well after. So they're very similar. So let's just go the standard one here. So you go Tattoo effect, and we're gonna destroy itself, and send Mace, Goblin, and Sleepy. You have to do one at a time. It's annoying because it's up to. And then we go Anguish on the Mace. Because you open the fusion in a real game, you wouldn't do this. You would send Gaddick and Sleepy and Gaddick adds back to Sleepy. But in this case, we're pretending we didn't open fusion. So we summon the Mace, and then we go Mace add fusion.
Okay.
And then we fusion. And we shuffle to make king, we shuffle the 3 names that we have used, which is going to be mace, anguish, and horse.
Okay.
And you're going to send Gaddick, Akihiron, and another copy of king from your extra.
Oh, you can send another copy. That's cool.
Yeah. You're gonna go Gaddick summon itself. And then on field it's gonna add back Sleepy from grave.
Okay, combo is looking nice so far.
Yeah. So now you're gonna go into grave and use the effect of the king that you sent to grave to search the field spot.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
And this is why you just play as a you just assume you only have 2 king in your extra, because this is always getting sent if you didn't open the field spell. Now you go fusion effect in grave. And you're going to chain the effect of Sleepy in the hand.
Okay, fancy combo.
You destroy your king. And you're gonna get Bone Party. And then we go chain 1 field spell. This plays around Ogre by us chain blocking in this way. Chain 2 Sleepy, chain... it'd generally be chain 1 Sleepy actually, but it doesn't really matter. Chain 3 Aki. Summon the Aki and summon... we're gonna summon Twin using the Gaddick and the Sheepy. And then you're going to summon Goblin from grave. We go Twin effect, pop itself. Then we're gonna add King. Creation rather, not King. Creation.
This one.
Yeah. Yep. And we will add... it's just whatever you need in this case. I would say...
How do you use any
just
of
get
it?
a mace here.
I guess this one. Yeah.
Yeah. Then we go effect engrave. And you just summon back anything here, and probably just Gaddick. But it doesn't really matter.
I summoned this one.
Then we go... So. This is where, like, lines diverge, because... You can either get more names engraved with Goblin here, or keep extending. Because we've opened everything, we can just keep extending. So you're gonna go Bone Party effect it to pop your creation from your hand. And you're gonna summon Darkblade from deck.
Okay, not used this one yet. Special. You play around Nib with this combo? Do we?
You can.
What if we got nibbed right now?
If they get nibbed, we don't really care, because we're gonna have all the back row plus creation live. We lose like link material here if we get nibbed, but it doesn't really matter. You're gonna go Blade here,
Okay.
and you're gonna pop the Aki, and you summon just like a witch from deck here just to get another name engraved. And you're gonna Aki add back the fusion that you banished.
The fusion spell, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you're going to link. Yeah, this is okay. So yes, slight thing. You do have to summon the Gaddick instead of the Sleepy because you use the Gaddick to make Elf, but it's not a big deal because it's not a big deal. So you're just gonna make. In this case, just make the.
Just
you can
this?
make an Apo here. Yeah, you could just make a format Apo here. That is, if you want, or you can make SP. If the Gaddick's on board, you make Elf. You can bring back the Gaddick, and then you make an SP, and you still have bodies. So you actually, in that case, would be able to Goblin here to send more names to grave, which you probably should just do. So you like Goblin, pop the sheep. and you just send like horse and blade. Oh yeah, we should be on 2 blade, by the way. I don't play.
Not 3?
I forgot about that.
Isn't this also the same 1-card combo?
Yes, but you end up drawing too many normal summons.
Do we use this?
Yeah, you use this. It's just getting more names engraved. You're just gonna send another goblin, probably. And yeah, you just make SP with 2 of these bodies now. Probably with the witch and the goblin. And yeah, so if we'd revive the Gaddock, we would also have an elf here. That's the only difference, is you would have elf in the EMZ and then SP in the leftmost zone.
Wasn't just Appaloosa with the 4 like better than all of these options?
You can make Apo, but again, my problem with Apo is it loses to 1 imperm, it loses to draw beam. I personally don't like it. You can make a format Apo.
Okay.
Whereas imperm, people holding imperm nib doesn't work on elf SP because they can't target the SP. You just summon creation here. And you're gonna shuffle back the Gaddock and the twin first, then one of the goblins, the horse, and the sheep. And you just summon in defense in like non-zone probably.
Nice. Okay.
And then you set call by, set 1 fusion, go to end phase, and the field spell. Like you wanted to set the call by, but
I'm just making it more obvious what the 1-card combo is.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, this is like standard end board, but you have.
So this is the standard end board, but it should be elf
But it
SP.
can be more, and you basically have free reign because you get so many additional bodies. You just have free reign to choose what you want to make with the various link material and stuff.
I mean, we did the combo wrong, right? I should have summoned the Gaddock to make elf.
Yeah, and so my board in this case would have been, instead of the blade, you would have an elf in the EMZ pointing to
both
creation and
yeah.
SP.
Yeah.
But you could also have made a format Apo. It's entirely up to you.
So the disruptions here anyway, it's the same thing, right? The elf is just protection. The disruption is this.
Yeah.
It's this.
So it's take control. It's when so we let the opponent resolve something as well. Like you generally hold, because of talents, you generally like hold your monster effects as long as possible. But it doesn't matter too much. So yeah, you just let whatever the first effect is resolve usually. And then you're gonna use creation on res because it revives a guy.
So if we were to use the mace. Right, okay. I was just thinking how we get a card in hand, a monster in hand guaranteed for Guardian Chimera. I guess we revive the witch, and the search is 1.
Yeah, we also have Bone Party can add to hand.
Right.
There's a number of ways. So Bone Party can summon Gaddock, which can add a card back from grave. You can summon Twin in your opponent's turn to search 2. You can go summon King with fusion, send Gaddock, summon Gaddock, add back, and that also puts a body to pop with the King. There's a lot of ways to get names in hand.
Yeah.
I rarely make Guardian Chimera. It doesn't come up that much.
What do you do?
Yeah,
I mean, without summoning Guardian Chimera, you mean you make King instead?
Yeah, you often make King or Twin, just because it gives you so much follow-up, or plays through interaction. Like your opponent, because you already have Mace, you summon King here with the creation, but yeah, because we had enough searches to get the Mace. But you can, if you feel like you're not going to use the fusion for anything else, you add Goblin.
Oh right, I can just summon this back, and then it just has this.
Yeah, you can just summon that back, and it's an interaction. Yeah. You can summon. You could add Sleepy here because Sleepy can quick play fuse once something's been destroyed by Bone Party. You could also, depending on the deck you're against, you can search a Goblin, or search the Goblin instead of the Mace and fire it at the start of main whenever they do something, and then they can't target your Mementos the rest of the turn. Which can be really good against stuff like Primite, because they might go normal barrel or activate load, and you just chain Goblin, and they just can't draw beam your monsters for the rest of the turn.
So let's try again.
Mhm.
Is there a different one card combo with the other starters?
Yeah, I can show you some of the other one cards.
Okay, what is
So
the one
generally,
card
like,
combo
yeah.
with this?
No, so Breakout is mainly here to play through interaction and turn your bricks into starters.
Right.
Technically it is, yeah. So
What
if we go
is
normal
Maxi plus
Ash
this?
here, right? Yeah,
I'm
normal
gonna
Ash
do
here.
Maxi.
Sure. Yeah, and you tribute it. And you're going to, yeah, you're going to summon Goblin and Goblin Effect. Why we're too sleepy? I think it comes up massively. It just helps you extend. It's good to open. That is a lot hard to go into. You're going to send Gaddick and Fusion. Because Goblin can send cards, not just monsters. You're going to summon the Gaddick, and you're going to Gaddick add back the Fusion to hand. So it's open. It doesn't suck to open because 90% of the time you're popping something. Then you'd fire the Fusion. And assuming these are the only two names we have, we're going to make Twin with Gaddick and the Goblin Engrave. You're going to add Tatsu and Sleepy. Popping itself, yeah. I guess there was an alternate line there. I'll show you the alternate line, actually. Because we don't get a summon from Grave now. Oh, no, we do get a summon from Grave. We have one in Grave. Yeah. Yep. We have the Gaddick, yeah. Please bring that away. And then you can go summon the horse. And it's, not yet. You want to go Fusion Effect and Grave. I guess you wouldn't summon the horse yet, it doesn't really matter. Fusion Effect and Grave, we're going to pop the Gaddick and add Miklan. This is one of the more non-linear lines. There's a lot of ways you can go from here. I'm just giving you an example with this. You activate the Miklan, you're gonna horse pop itself. And you're gonna send Mace, Goblin, Witch. And you're going to go Miklan to bring back Witch. Yeah. It targets and summons one with a lower level than the target.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. So you summon the Witch from Grave, and then Witch is going to add probably just King here. Not through disruption. I mean...
This guy.
Yeah. You can then go... At this point you have 3 names, so you can go Sleepy. Sleepy to fuse. Then you fuse the Witch, the Creation, and the Sleepy. Send Blade, Aki, and Bone Party.
Okay.
And you can just summon Creation from Grave. So we could have done this slightly differently. I probably would have done this slightly differently. I was just doing example one, but this is one of those lions, like normal Goblin or whatever, where it's like there's a lot of you gotta do each individually. So
Okay. This
where
one?
like it's more practice and what the rest of you keep the Aki. You always keep Aki in Grave. You basically want to put Mace back, you want to put Gaddick back, and you want to put Twin back. Those are your priorities. And then it's just whatever names let you leave Witch, Aki, and Blade in Grave.
Okay.
Because those are the 3 that do something when summoned from Grave, or can summon themselves by themselves. So this is from just a normal summon plus the tribute. You get to reset Bone Party, So you have pops, you have bone party to.
This doesn't
as
feel
you can
super
go.
strong. This is just a pop.
It's not. This isn't perfect, but like, this is off of a brick hand essentially. You have a pop. You have multiple pops with the Creation King. You have adding wit. You have adding
Yeah, I guess I have mace.
mace with witch. You can bone party pop the witch to summon a dark blade that can then pop something. You'd add mace.
If we had played the Trihorn, we have more pops, right? We could summon that back.
Yes, in theory. My problem with Trihorn, right, is, say for example, right, that opening hand, instead of a maxi in your hand, it was a Trihorn. You can't normal that, you can't get it out of the hand, it just sits there and bricks you. Gaddock is a card you don't want in your hand, Creation is a card you don't want in your hand, Aki is a card you don't want in your hand. There's just too many monsters that kind of just already sit in your hand if you open them, and you really don't want to. Yeah, so as someone in the chat is pointing out, yeah, the way you would do this line like differently is you can, instead of getting the fusion off Gaddock, you would send Sleepy, and you would make the king earlier essentially, by having like more names in rotation, and the king could then set up the Aki, you can bring back the Aki, pop the Aki, and you essentially can make the same end board.
Okay.
No, Sleepy isn't good. It's an example. I can show you how Horse does it as well.
This is a one-card horse combo?
Yes, it's not going to be perfect, but yeah.
Okay, let's do it.
Yep, so we go Horse. And we're going to Horse, send Gaddock, and Witch. Yeah, I understand, Jet, that like, you wouldn't probably search Field Spell, that was,
This one?
yeah, you get Witch, and then you can normal the Witch, and you add, Sleepy. Which is live because you popped Horse. So, yeah, this is just better in this case than sending Sleepy at it back, because you just get the Witch's body. You make, in this case, you make Twin. Yeah, because you've already got Sleepy in rotation, so King by itself isn't going to do much. So you use it, Sleepy and Gaddock here. You're going to fire Twin, pop itself. And you want to get... Okay. I'm trying to remember this line because I haven't done this one in a while. It's much easier to do it when you're like doing it on autopilot. Oh yeah. So we're going to get probably... Yeah, I think you could just get names you want to get ahead. You've already used Sleepy, so I would get Goblin and just get Creation out of the deck here. We're probably just going to pop it, so it doesn't really matter. We just want it out of the deck. And we're going to bring back the sheep here. And we're going to go Witch, pop the sheep to summon Gaddock from grave. The sheep is going to send fusion. And then we can fusion effect to search itself.
This card can search itself. That's kind of crazy.
Yes, it can. You want to pop the Gaddock?
Do we really?
I guess it doesn't matter. Do you really want higher level bodies on the field, because the field spell cares about the level of the monsters that are destroyed?
I just wonder, because this is the only elf body, right? If we wanted to make that.
We're probably not making elf.
Okay.
You're gonna get fusion, and you're gonna fusion to make thing. Just shuffle. Yeah, just shuffle back names you're not gonna use. Yeah, the horse and da da da. You can send. It's sell from extra. Should have used with the hand. I don't think it matters that much. You get us an Aki because it just kind of. He's just a guy. Do we want mace?
We're just gonna shuffle it back, aren't we?
Not
this.
necessarily. We could also send party to reset off of field, but we probably just need names engraved here. Yeah.
So mace.
Yeah.
And
Probably should have used names in hand for fusion,
guess
but I
this
don't think it's
one.
gonna matter too bad.
Oh, we only send 3.
It doesn't really matter. We're just gonna shuffle back whatever we're sending here. We're gonna use the king effect engrave. This is why like the stuff in your hand is so dependent, because like it's yes, I can show like a 1-card horse combo and it looks kind of lackluster, but the thing is your hand is very rarely going to be just horse with nothing else, you know.
Okay, so we summon this guy
you
now.
can make an SB here before you commit to creation, and because the creation is just going to summon back the king anyway, and this way you don't just die to nib.
I guess that makes sense.
It's also like you already have witch in hand, so you can afford to shuffle back a witch. Yeah, you can go do it.
So this one.
Yeah. So my fusion shuffles were bad. I'll admit, we should have left more names in rotation, but it's fine. So we put back a witch, mace, sheepy.
Well, didn't we add this one to our hand?
Yeah, just to have a name. It was just to get another name. So yeah, we shouldn't have
so
shuffled back. We should have
can
sent
get rid of that
rounds.
one.
Yeah. And then the witch in grave is fine to get rid of, and the sheep. And I guess because of the bad shuffling, I'm gonna have to get rid of the Aki as well. It's up to you.
I mean, it's between mace and the pops, right?
So we don't have a way of destroying any. Yeah, okay. I would keep the king engrave. So put back the Aki and the witch. Yeah, so we wouldn't have this dilemma if I had done the correct shuffling. So yeah, we shouldn't have shuffled shit from grave. We should have just used stuff in hand for fusion, but it doesn't matter too much. And we're still making like board here. So this is still like you have 2 things you can summon with king potentially. You have the fusion set from grave. So if something gets popped, like if they pop something, you know, you can make a king anyway. If you can also like so for example, right, yeah, let them play to the point where they get cards on board, and so I can demonstrate like another line here that you can do on your opponent's turn. So you'd summon the king from grave.
Oh, this triggers on any card or effect. Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. So like, there's times where your opponent might do something in your end phase, and then like you just get to summon something for free. Yeah, literally dunk. I guess we do.
I mean, we kind of do care. I'm just gonna ash this.
Yeah.
Okay, so what do you want to show me?
Damn, that's crazy.
They're not gonna summon
This deck's
something.
so stupid.
Okay.
All right, now let's just pop the normal with
With this.
just as a demonstration. We're just gonna pop it with king.
Can you summon back the same card again? With this? You can.
No, it's once per turn.
Oh, wait.
Yeah, so
This is
you
once per
can
turn.
Miclan here because you
Okay.
have Witch in hand, so we're gonna Miclan.
This is a random witch though, isn't it?
I can't remember. I think we searched it. Yeah, I think we searched it. You can go witch, get mace here, and you can then also go. So you could fusion with Chimera after taking something, but the other thing you can do, you can flip fusion. Say your opponent puts up a back where you want to pop something, right? You can go fusion here. You're gonna fuse for twin using the mace and the kinging. Not the mace, sorry, the witch and the king engrave. His king's already been used, so he's not gonna matter anyway. And this just gives you a bunch of follow-up, like assuming your opponent doesn't kill you, which they're probably not going to. Pop itself. We would usually, if I hadn't fucked up the shuffles, we would have more names engraved, so you'd have something to revive here. So, like, for example, you'd probably leave a blade engrave, and then you can revive the blade with
Can we search
twin to...
this with
yeah,
the twin combo?
yeah.
And that's like an extra way to fuse.
Yeah, and you could also get, you can get Gaddock because you're going to fuse it off with a Sleepy anyway, or you can get Goblin, or something else you need for follow-up. And yeah, you can just revive, like, the Witch again. So you have 3 bodies. So say your king got negated or something, you can just do this, or your king got outed or whatever. You can just do this and make another king. And you can do it in end phase. You can end phase, make a king, or in battle phase, pop a bunch of stuff.
Okay.
And the king gets to send 3. Even though you've already used king, you would still make it here because it's going to send 3 from deck. And that's just a bunch of follow-up for next turn. And the Gaddock comes back, adds back the Sleepy, so you just keep your hand. You basically just have 2 million cards in hand for the next turn.
It reminds me a lot of Branded on the opponent's turn. The way the disruptions work
it can be,
does feel a lot like Branded.
It's a bit more phase locked than Branded, like the fusion spell being main phase only, and you know, like Elf being main phase only if you end on that, things like that. But yeah, there's a lot of.
Okay, so what I want to do now is make a dual room, because you'll notice the rank is rookie.
Yeah.
So I don't want to go into
ranked.
Let's make it a 600 second.
Yeah. That is something that is annoying. The timer is not generous to Memento. Especially for a new player, it is difficult to play quickly.
That would be like a skill issue though. We would have to just get used to that.
Yeah, like, I got used to it pretty quickly.
Branded is the same.
You get some games where
you
you
just gotta be good.
Slightly too little time to interact.
Okay. This is the ID if anyone wants to come and play, so I can test a real game.
Yeah.
Somebody can maybe pin this. Okay, I have to.
Once you've learned like initial lines, there's a lot of there's a lot of stuff you could do with the extra and mess around with. Like, yeah, you could do Fiendsmith stuff, you could do the Goblin stuff. I could show you the super complicated Fiendsmith Griffin line.
I'll just figure out this pure build for now, and then
that's fair.
I'll maybe try Fiendsmith another time.
Yeah. It's not even like a Fiendsmith line, it just uses sequence. You use your bodies to make Griffin. You Griffin as the light fiend to make sequence. You shuffle back a beast and a fiend, like goblin sheep for Baphomet. You Baphomet send whatever, it doesn't matter. And then link those off into SP, and then you have on your opponent's turn, you can SP banish the Griffin from grave, and then you have on your opponent's turn at any time you can quick effect Baphomet summon Griffin.
Okay, it does sound pretty
super
cool.
win more. The other option is you can instead of making Griffin, you also had ways where you could make Yama before that, so if something gets popped, you would bring back the Griffin with Yama, and then you could still revive it from grave later. It was super extra.
Can I bring my Bronze 5 2004 deck to the real game, if you really want to?
Oh, that's
Okay.
that's
We're
a
probably
goated
playing against Branded here.
The other thing you can send off Baphomet is Diabelle's, because she's an illusion, so you can revive her. Yeah, well, probably.
Okay.
Branded's
oh,
are weird.
Regained? This might not be Branded. Yeah. This is
It's
what
funny.
happens when you play Regained in Branded.
Eva's been playing like a that same like Griffin line in TCG. She just topped a regional with it, but she's using it to summon Chaos Angel, and I'm not personally with that.
In
But
Branded?
it is something you could do.
Did you say in Branded or in
No,
in
so
Memento?
she's doing the Griffin like sequence line. She makes a Chaos Angel and then brings it back on the opponent's turn with Baphomet, which I personally don't think is worth it.
Okay, so I'm going to assume that Anguish has a very trivial OTK here.
Yeah, so I mean, so the OTK you're always going for is summoning King plus Creation, because you send a Chiron with King, and
Oh,
a
and they
Chiron
can attack
when
directly.
it's summoned says you guys get attacked directly.
Yeah.
Specifically Creation, I think. So you just do your standard combo line, like yeah.
if
The
I
other
can
option you
remember
can
it.
do here is send Sheep and oh,
What just happened?
you said no.
Oh, I thought I was adding a card to my hand.
No, it was horse.
Okay, well, we should be fine, right?
Yeah, you have fusion in hand, so you're fine. You just fire fusion.
What is this? This takes 3, right? Don't
Yeah,
I
but you're
want to
just gonna make
destroy
twin.
this first? Oh, we're gonna make twin.
No, you're gonna make twin.
Okay.
The
Does the...
Bestial does do
Mhm.
stuff, but not a huge amount.
Okay, these are Earths.
Yeah, so what they're realizing now is your monsters are Earth. There's something double Bestial here, is that they did? No?
Not until we put another Dark in the graveyard.
Yeah. Yeah, so you're just making twin.
You can make anything with this. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you can make anything, it just can only shuffle Memento monsters from grave. Like, there's a bunch of funny options, like you can make like the one of the Azamina fusions because King is an illusion.
Oh, that's kind of cool. I mean, that is an Omni Negate. That doesn't seem awful.
No, not that one. The Erishrickson, which is the on-summon send a card to grave.
Can't you make the Omni Negate?
No, it needs a spell. It needs a light spellcaster and an illusion.
Add up to
We don't play a
2
light
Memento.
spellcaster.
Okay, I need to add the Sleepy again.
Yeah, you would add the Sleepy here.
Bestial on
And-
Gatic hurts a bit. Does it?
Yeah, it hurts a little bit, but not too much. And we know they have them now, so you probably still get the Gaddock here, just to force the Bestial.
We add Gatic?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you just you Sleepy here. Add effective use. And you're just gonna use everything for it. King. King 1, Gaddock 2. The Gaddock's gonna get Bestialed anyway, so might as well activate it. But fortunately, thanks to Akihiron, nothing is lost forever.
Isn't it just instantly game over?
No?
It is, because we can send the big guy, summon it from the graveyard, right?
But we need Aki to resolve this, but yeah.
Or we can clear the monsters with this.
No, this is true. The fact that we have Spolly is pretty good.
They do get one back though.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, they banished the other one.
Oh yeah, they banished the wrong card.
Okay.
Well, yeah, we used King, Aki, and Creation. And then we're just gonna go add back like
This can summon
Chickpea, I
from the
guess.
graveyard, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so normally we wouldn't have this Gaddock, but now we do, so we're fine. Yeah. Yeah, so we're gonna get our field spell. And we're gonna do something kind of funny here, so we're gonna activate field spell. And we're gonna Bone Party on res. And we're gonna pop this Sheepy in our hand. And we're gonna get Blade from deck.
Special?
Yeah.
Okay, I like this.
And now, yeah, it doesn't matter. Ah.
Okay.
So what we were gonna do there is we were gonna go. Aki would come back from grave when we used Blade. We'd use Blade to get just like Mace or something we want in grave. Bring back the Aki, and then we go King, pop all three of our other names and all three of their cards. Aki brings back like a banished card, and then we just summon Creation attack again.
Yeah, it was gonna be pretty easy. I don't think there was any more hand traps. Does somebody else want to join the room? I will play against multiple people.
Oh, Wi-Fi time. That's unfortunate.
I did have Super Poly, yeah. I'm pretty sure it should have been fine without the Super Poly. There would have been a way to
Yeah, it was game without Spolly.
attack for lethal.
Summon three names, pop all the board. And, yeah.
I don't know if I want to get demolished by Rescue Ace. You can do it though. It's
I have other decks. And I will see what you. I'll pick something like I have this like roguish. Tell you what, do you want to practice against Blue Eyes? Oh, I don't have Primite. Ugh. So let's try.
if I play against you, then you can't coach me. That's gonna be
This is-
sad.
I mean, you can see what you remember.
That is
There's not people
true.
in Mag- Oh, I doubt if 3 Max either. Would you like to play against me?
We can do a game after, but I think I'll play Nicky Boy first, and then you can coach me, and then I'll try to do it without
Okay.
help. Okay, going first is good. This is Rookie 2 versus Master 1, by the way. Okay.
Okay, this is okay. I can, if we get hand trapped here, I can show you how to use your interactions correctly. Yeah. So if we get impermed on this horse, I'll show you what I mean. Okay, we don't. But basically, if you get impermed on the horse here, you do not chain breakout, because breakout can only summon a level 1, and then the horse doesn't send anything of value.
So we're sending Gatic, I guess.
Yeah, Gaddock
And Witch.
Yeah. Because like the yeah, if you can basically If you got Imperm there, you do the same thing, just on res of the Imperm, you would tribute the horse, summon Goblin, and send the same cards for Goblin.
Yeah, because this doesn't target, right? So we'd have to pop whatever we summon anyway.
You would have to pop Goblin, and Goblin is a level 1, so you'd only get to send a 1, which doesn't do anything. So you would just wait until it resolves, and then just tribute it after. Yeah, we get Gaddock.
This
Not
is
Gaddock,
gonna
we get,
add Sleepy.
Sleepy. Okay. Let me do my mental power. So, if you make King here, what does that accomplish? It sends. Oh, we have Breakout. So, yeah. So we're gonna make King because we have Breakout. We're gonna make King. Cool.
There was a response.
I'm sure it's fine.
What could that have been? Because this is definitely rescue. So this one.
Bucket. And with this, we're gonna send itself, Aki, and Fusion. And then we're gonna search the field spell. We're gonna activate our field spell.
Okay.
And then, okay, we have which. Okay, we have Witching Roost, so we're gonna fire Fusion here. Yeah.
This is our only action anyway.
Gonna Fusion to get Fusion. And then that we're gonna trigger field spell and a Chiron. And we're gonna bring back the witch, I think. Oh, just a tip as well. Aki's effect on summon can be used on either turn. If you summon it on your opponent's turn, don't activate it because they might be playing the mirror.
Oh, that's actually kind of funny. It is reciprocal.
Yeah, it is reciprocal. We Fusion here.
For twin?
We're gonna make twin. And we're just gonna use the horse and the Gaddock.
I was about to fuse my field away then. Don't know why.
Yeah, we want to keep bodies on board. Because you're gonna use both of these cards basically for stuff. So we're gonna twin. You don't want to twin on field yet, so you're gonna pop the. You don't want to twin in grave yet, so you're gonna pop the Aki here with twin. And we're just gonna get like names that don't match. We need a creation, so we're gonna get creation, and probably just like we're gonna send mace, so probably just like blade, just a name that you'd like to have a follow up. And we're gonna Aki get back the fusion that we banished. Now we reach that point of every Memento combo where you have 12,000 cards in there.
I don't know what they could have.
Now we're gonna break out Tribute the Witch.
I mean, it could be Nibiru, but it was there was one before as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's
We
not
just
a
pretend
bestial.
it's not there.
I'm not pretending it's not there. I kind of.
In any
I don't
case,
know what it
the
could
line we
be.
have to go for here is to
Um,
break out Tribute the Witch.
Okay.
And we're gonna get well, Goblin is our only target. So. And we're gonna Goblin popping the Twin Dragon.
Okay, it is
Ooh,
Nibiru.
Nib now.
So
That's fine.
what's going to happen?
So
Destroy
we lose the
Memento you
Goblin
control. This
Sends and
just
we lose the Revive
fizzles.
of Twin.
We still have enough names to summon this guy.
Yeah, we still have enough names and
And
we
we
have
can
all
set
the macro,
this.
so we're fine.
I'm gonna chain Maxi.
Yeah, that's not bad. So for context, what we were gonna send there was we were gonna send Mace and just like a name that wasn't engraved yet. Bring back the Mace with the twin effect engraved, and then Mace would add Bone Party.
There we go. It's worth it. We found Ash.
Yeah, we just summon. There's another thing as well. If you can manage to get nibbed before you yeah, so we put back sheep, twin, goblin. We have fusion, so yeah, put back Aki unfortunately here, and the blade from hand.
Okay, so just leaving both options available.
Yeah, leaving the two best options available.
Although, I don't know, that this takes away my Guardian Chimera option.
Guardian Chimera can just use the Ash, like it doesn't really matter that much. And
No,
you're
I
gonna
want to
get
use
names
the
in hand
Ash.
from doing stuff. Like, if you... Oh, so like, generally, do not worry that much about Guardian Chimera. It doesn't come up very often. I very rarely make Guardian Chimera. Usually, Fusion is just being made to search you 2 million follow-up with Twin, or make another King if the first one gets interacted with, or to get follow-up. So I would just put back the Blade.
I honestly find that hard to believe, that we don't summon a disruption with Fusion.
There's been times where I haven't run Chimera, because it's just an option that you sometimes make.
Okay.
Oh yeah, we just set Fusion, and so I guess we don't have to set the Fusion because we're going to reset one anyway, but...
I don't think we need to summon this, but we could.
Here.
Okay. I guess it protects from certain cards.
It also lets us tribute the token to give us a Memento name. Which is another card we can pop with King.
We just summon the giant monster and set 4. It's like Rescue Ace.
It's not Rescue Ace. It's not. It's not Rescue Ace. Rescue Ace plays trap cards.
Yeah, none of mine are trap cards, but in a way, all of mine are trap cards. I don't have a discard for Super Poly. I didn't think it was that worth it to set this.
Yeah, so we could have kept one of the fusions in hand because we were.
I guess that was the better play, right? Leave this in hand.
Yeah, yeah. But it's fine. Like we're gonna get cards in hand. You just have to like hold off on it, basically. So we're gonna summon like King basically immediately after. So it's up to you. You can fuse the King anyway. So what are we cold buying? Oh, they sent a debuff for debuff. That's fucked up. That's fucked up.
Okay, so we're going straight for King and not Anglitch.
We don't have enough names to make King. Oh, actually, we do. Yeah, we're gonna summon Anglitch. Yeah.
Oh, we've been impulsed.
Ooh, that is annoying. You should break out here.
We're not gonna die.
Tributing the token.
Why?
Because it puts a name on board we can use for fusion material.
Okay.
Because this King is now not going to do anything. So we need to set up a King. This creation isn't going to do anything, so we need to make a King. So we're going to, as soon as this resolves, we're going to flip fusion. And we're going to make a twin.
Twin? Okay.
Trust the process. Twin is going to pop itself to add sheep, and then probably Gaddock. It doesn't really matter what we add, but it has to be sheep at minimum. And you're just going to use as material whatever you add, so I think Gaddock's a pretty good one here.
Go sent to the graveyard by Memento.
Yeah, which is what Sheepy is going to do. Then we get a revive one. And we get to revive 2 names here. This is where like Bone Party can be really nice as well, because if you pop your own king with Bone Party, the Field Skull can bring back. If you pop your own creation, Field Skull can bring back king because it's level 9 versus level 10. Just summon like Goblin. You just want a body. I'm gonna Witch. Just get like follow-up piece, probably something like Blade. And then we're gonna summon Sheep from hand real quick. And we're gonna use Gaddock, Witch, and Sheep as material here, assuming this resolves. It does. And this is why you need the 3rd king, because you need to be able to make it in situations.
We're gonna use what?
The Witch, Sheep, and Gaddock. And the Gaddock is going to chain block the king as well. And this is going to give us 3 pops with king, because we have Gaddock, Goblin, and itself to pop. So, as opposed to Guardian Chimera drawing as a random card and popping up to 2, we can pop up to any 3 cards, and we get to search what we want. You're going to send a Aki here. And then probably just names you don't want to draw, so Mace Goblin.
Okay.
And then Gaddock can even add something back, so probably just a follow-up piece.
I
You could
guess
grab
this
another sheep.
doesn't
You could grab
count,
back
right?
the sheep and use it on your turn.
Okay.
Because the mace isn't live because you have to control creation.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see what they do now.
Yeah. So now we have 3 pops, and we have the Spolly discards, and we have follow-up. And if we do pop stuff with our king, we get to bring back Aki as well, that's the easiest Ash in the entire world. This Call by Ash is like carrying us a little bit.
Well, yeah, that's what it does.
I don't know if Rescuers can play through that. Oh.
Oh my
Normal
god.
summon Fire Engine. Well, we just pop the Fire Engine, right? Like,
I mean,
does
do we?
it do anything?
It does nothing. What's it gonna do?
I guess, yeah, it does
I
nothing.
mean, it's gonna Typhon or something, so we might as well.
Yeah, so just... Yeah, you would pop the Gaddock, pop the thing, bring back Aki, and then, yeah.
Let me summon Typhon? No. Okay, thank you, Nicky Boy.
Typhon doesn't even do that much there, because you just spolly it. Summon Typhon, you just spolly it with, like, Gaddock into a Mud Dragon.
Okay. So, what do I want to do now? Could play one game against you.
Sure. I'll help him with something different.
Yeah, not a mirror match.
Yeah, not a mirror. The mirror is...
You better not be
rough.
Chimera
Kind of
either.
neat non-engine. Spolly dominates the mirror, I will say that.
Thank you, Nicky Boy.
I will click away from your screen share so I don't see your hand. Oh, yeah, that's just what we're after. Alright, let's go with Sapphire.
Oh no.
I haven't played this in a while, but I'm sure I can remember it.
The mirror is pretty funny, infinite grind game, and there's lethal every turn.
Yeah, because it's so... There's nothing like stopping you from attacking over. Like, it's like this weird loop of trying to stop the other person from just attacking you directly with the Yaki effect. It's a really scary mirror because you could die at any time. Let's just get that then. Let's grab some targeting protection in this matchup. Oh, I know, stupid. This guy can only... Oh, he can summon from hand. I'm fine. I shouldn't have added that, but whatever. Alright. This is... We're fine, we're cooking. Alright. Spoiling me.
I will.
Go ahead. I can feel it.
Okay, this is pretty suspicious. I won't lie. I think this is suspicious.
Yo, hello, witch. Alright, let's just... Good run. Let's go for it. There it is. Yeah. This is the correct order to do this, because...
Is it?
Yeah, because if you go breakout first, and then I go to negate it, you don't have a monster to pop with party, so you can't even party. This order...
Oh, that's true. Okay, you have this, though.
Yeah.
I definitely messed up, though.
I think you played this line of interaction while and the wish isn't resolved, but you have gold line, so you still have a line to play. And that was most of my interactions. If not all. Like, I can make like a Saravis, but Saravis doesn't really do anything into this deck, because you don't special without activate effect.
I have to do this.
Oh! I'm sorry, I didn't fire that yet, honestly.
It was bad at the main phase, I had to toggle and do it in the draw phase.
I mean, if you hit Saravis low, I can't get any of them back, right?
Yes, but you can still pop, which is a problem.
I can still go Radiance to summon a low, yeah. And I do have the pop one. Well, I will at least pass. Yeah. Yeah, I guess I should have thought about that. Yeah, that's fair.
This should have been in the draw phase though, because then I can normal witch before you can do anything.
I guess I'll just summon this array. Or any link summons. Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, this
Just remember most of your
sends
monsters
to.
are Earths. Pretty much always Gaddock and whatever you want to get back with Gaddock. So we want to get fusion, it's gonna be Schleipy or fusion.
Gaddock adds a card back. I can't use the horse, so probably just Sleepy.
You could use the horse, that would just. Oh, you can't special, yeah.
Yeah.
This is true. This is why like fusion grave effect can be super nice, is because it pops any monster, not a memento. I often have used fusion grave effect to pop Garura just to get the draw and to turn on horse.
Problem is this doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it does.
Can't you just pop me?
I mean, that is me assuming you don't have another name in hand. If I pop there and you have another name,
That is
in hand,
true. But you can pop this, and that's still like pretty good.
But if you have a name in hand, I lose the game. Because it still triggers in grave.
Okay.
Because I destroy it.
So here I have to add. I don't even know. It has to be like this. And
you can go.
I don't really have much.
You start your normal. You get a horse, and then you're gonna get a revive from grave, making an SP and force interaction. And
Oh,
then
I do get
summon the
a
horse.
revive from grave. That is true. I'm gonna try this. I forgot about this.
Yeah, I probably would have grabbed. Yeah, I think the grab was probably, instead of Sleepy, was the fusion spell, because if you grab the fusion spell, you can use it to pop the mud
Oh, I
dragon
could add the
to
fusion
get to
spell?
Bone Party.
Oh, I can only add monsters.
No, when you send with Goblin, if you send fusion instead of Sleepy,
Oh,
and add
okay.
back the fusion,
Okay.
and use Goblin Gaddock for the fusion spell, you then have the effect of the fusion spell engrave to pop your own mud dragon to free up the zone and give you Bone Party as well.
Inflict piercing. Okay. I guess we'll go SP. It's kind of not very good though, but it might work.
Well, if I negate it, it frees your zone up.
Exactly.
Which I think I still have to do, because you can't kill me, I don't think.
Okay.
So you're basically gonna put enough bodies on it. You're basically gonna put enough names engraved that you can summon creation.
Yeah, like
and then
I don't have
creation-
extension. I just like have setup. Like I can't push.
Well, you can send names that you want to revive with
Yeah,
creation.
but I can't push
Like-
anymore this turn.
Yeah, whereas if we'd got fusion instead of Sleepy, we could have fusion spell made twin added sleepy, and then we could have made king.
Okay, so I want to
Whereas-
shuffle back this.
Technically, if I activate anything now, then I would have left Mace in grave there,
Why?
because if I now activate anything, you revive Mace, and then you can Mace add fusion.
Okay, but the only thing you can activate is to pop my creation.
Or to summon from deck.
Oh, you can't pop my creation, never mind. You have to summon from deck, yeah. So I might as well use this, right?
No, you want to have it to like get back later with like recursion effects.
How come I didn't get to Creation King?
Because
I never got to Fusion.
So the way you would have got to Fusion is
just by adding it instead of
sending
Sleepy.
off the Goblin, you send Fusion, add it back, make twin, add Sleepy.
Okay.
And then you can pop your own Mud Dragon with Fusion, and you never have to make the SP. Does that make sense?
Yeah. It makes sense that you're not going to summon as well.
I mean, I don't really care about what's in your grave here doing much. Yeah, I don't really... Nothing that's in your grave does anything here, so I will... We'll get a low.
I might as well use it.
Yeah, you might as well. Yeah, because if Mace was in grave here, you would get to just make king.
Oh, I see.
Which would have kept me off of using Radiance. I wouldn't have been able to do it. Technically, I could fire it earlier, I guess, but yeah. Have I used low? I have not.
Okay. Well, I don't think I have much setup to stop you, because you kind of have everything.
You can bring back Sleepy and fuse into King on my turn, as soon as I activate anything.
Yeah.
So... I have to pop the creation immediately.
That would just win. Yeah.
Yeah, summoning goblins. Yeah, so the answer was just send fusion off of goblin, and you got to make king and everything, and that probably would just kill me. Yeah, that would have been lethal. Yeah, but now you know. I think you played like pretty well.
I think I had a... No, I messed it up. I should have super polyed in the draw phase, and then just called Dark right away. The impum never stops Anguish, and it's just like better.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I wouldn't have a way to negate Bone Party.
You would get the negate back, but like, I think I'd be able to play through it.
Well, no, if you fuse off specifically...
You can summon another low, right? With the...
Yeah, but I can only summon another low in the main phase. So
yeah, so you wouldn't be able to negate Witch. That's the difference why I had to do it in the draw phase.
Yeah. So I would get the negate back, but it'd be too late because you'd already be comboing. It's been a while since I've played this type. I'm just spinning wheels right now.
Oh, we have 83 viewers all of a sudden. Did we just get a raid?
Oh, wow.
I didn't see a notification.
I didn't see a raid notification.
How's it going? It's going good, thanks.
It's already 4 o'clock, that's crazy actually.
Oh, the Josh stream ended. Maybe that explains it.
So people are just kind of scattering to the winds. He was playing Memento today, you know?
Oh, damn.
Uh,
I wonder what his list looked like. I might have to take a look.
I didn't like it. He was playing like not Twin. He was playing Trihorn. Like he is not an expert at the deck. He's definitely like needs a little more practice with it. Yeah. Like he went to time a couple times as well. Like it was just from not knowing all the lines and everything. He was figuring it out. He was obviously an insanely good player. I think I missed lethal or whatever. Like I think Trihorn is one of those cards that like.
You have lethal by
at
making
least-
Dynamondo with the low and the Cerebus.
Yeah.
It wasn't lethal because my set is breakout, but it doesn't matter. I lose no matter what.
Yeah, like that was a misclick. Whoops.
I need to draw like Pot of Greed and then you need to misclick.
This is true. That would go crazy though.
And then I draw like Branded Lost and
yeah,
Branded
you
Fusion.
Have 3 names engraved for creation.
Okay, well this is over.
Yeah. Voiceless is kind of satisfying to play still, but it just doesn't scratch the itch that Memento does.
I don't like Voiceless, it's kind of boring.
It is a little boring, but sometimes you need to have a boring deck you can just like mindlessly do the lines for.
My boring deck is like the mindless deck for me is like a hand trap deck where I don't combo, I just flip cards and drop cards from my hand.
Nah, I don't like those.
Like a 25 hand trap Bestial deck. That's my thing.
Ugh, I hate that deck so much. I hate like the Hoppier Squadron stuff, it's so annoying.
Does somebody else want to come in to the stream? Come into the room? Oh, the pinned comment disappeared. Wonder why that happened.
Twitch is a very well built and functioning platform at all times.
I'll play one more game if somebody wants to join.
So what do you think of the deck?
I do like it. The way it plays on the opponent's turn is like branded in a way that
Yeah.
I've not seen any other deck like resemble branded. Because it's like the disruptions are created like intermittently between like summoning monsters and searching cards and like changing the field. It's not just like my negates are on the board and I use them. You know, they're like off the board and then you have to make them.
Yeah. It's really nice like that, yeah. It's like I like a deck that doesn't lose to evenly because you just put stuff back on the board.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, not
Like,
the best way to beat evenly, the most fun way is to like resolve it but then still win.
One of the ways you can beat stuff like evenly is Herald and Mirage Lights, but no one's like...
Haas is here. Okay, we'll play Haas.
No one like, is playing like evenly right now.
I was considering playing it in branded just because the Blue Eyes deck is kind of weak to evenly. It has a negate for it, but like...
Yeah. Evenly will go crazy when Odeon comes to Master Duel.
Oh, that's like in 10 years.
Yeah. It is so funny. Like, do you know like why Odeon folds so much to evenly?
It's a back row deck, so...
It's not just that it's a back row deck, because they have a trap that says negate any card on field non-targeting. The problem is it's main phase only.
Uh-huh. Okay, so they beat Dust
You get
and
Sheath
stuff, which
if you
is
already
nice.
have Force.
Yeah, that makes sense. There's like no other card that does anything in the hand.
You already have Force. Yeah. And this way, as long as anything manages to get destroyed, you have a way to fuse.
Okay, no maxi.
Also, if you get imperm on horse and you have party, you always summon Aki, because Aki is level 5. So you get to send the same numbers.
What do I want to send here?
It's always Goblin Mace, and then depending on your hand, because you already have Sheep, you just send the Gaddock.
Yeah.
You technically can revive Gaddock later in the turn as well, so you don't even need to use his effect on someone if you think you can keep playing like Beyond. You could just hold it. It's generally safer to like add back horse or something here in case you get interrupted or nibbed or something. But if you want to be greedy, you could just not use the effect and then use it later.
Okay. I will be not greedy.
At worst, horse is just another fusion material. Alright, you want to go for the mace with language. You want to hold as much stuff in hand as possible until you have to like interact, because if you use sheep here and then you end up getting like nibbed midway through the line, you lost the ability to bring back mace with anguish because your anguish gets nibbed.
Oh, we can use this.
Yep.
I forgot about this effect.
Yeah.
So we pop itself?
Yeah, you can get fusion. It is another thing I like about this that similarly to branded, that like you wanna fusion. Similarly to branded, that like your different cards can get you to the same pieces in different ways, so there isn't one correct line that you have to follow. You can make twin first, or you can make I would say use 2 names from grave and 1 from hand there.
Yeah, I was thinking I don't want to shuffle my whole grave yet.
Horse.
Probably this goblin.
I'd say you want the goblin in hand at least as a material for sheep, so just send like horse and then like shuffle back witch and mace because you've used them. Because you can go in a twin or you can go in a king depending on the hand, like, and it's not necessarily one or the other is always the first one you go into, you know? It's similar to branded in that way, like you can do cast easier stuff before you do like stuff, etc. You can surge fusion like super late into a combo. So yeah.
Probably want to send this.
Yep.
This.
King, Aki, and then like what it's always like King, Aki, and then a third thing.
From the extra deck?
Yeah.
This one?
Mm-hmm. The third thing in this case, it depends on the hand. In this case, yeah, just sending creation is fine. Such field.
Okay. They have a response, and I don't know what it is.
Nib here, we're just gonna fusion affecting her, and you're just not gonna use sheep yet.
I feel like they have a bestial, but no, they would have used a bestial. It was something on resolution of like adding a card back, so it's like it could be anything. It's probably a labyrinth card, knowing has. I think it's maybe Arias.
So we basically just want to try and make sure we end on king, so we might not actually.
How can I beat Arias into Daruma?
It's if you want to play around. I mean, the chance of that is low, right? Do you want to play around lab cards here, or do you want to play around nib? That's the question.
Lab. Then
we're gonna sheep here. We want to keep this king on board to pop anything that gets set.
Well, they can chain the
yeah, but if it's like off of like a furniture.
Okay.
So... We're just gonna use the 2 names on field.
Both of them? These 2?
Yeah. You want to leave a name in hand when you're summoning twin, because if you get nibbed, you can still pop a card in hand for the twin. He's one of the only ones that can pop a card in hand for his effect. if not the only one. Yeah, we can get mace for extending, and then we get blade because we haven't used it yet. And it's another name. And now we activate all our grave effects. Yep. And we're gonna make an SP like immediately on res of this chain.
Yeah, that's fair enough. That would be the best way to play around Karma Cannon. So this summons anything, right?
Goblin. You want to summon Goblin? It's not been used yet.
Okay.
I'm just not going to be greedy. As soon as you just summon anything here, it doesn't matter. Probably just, yeah. And as soon as you get priority, just use Goblin and Gaddick for SP. Yeah. You could go for Alpha Lake. You know they have something, so you don't want to like, give them an opportunity to do something in the middle of you. So yeah. You can go Bone Party, popping the Goblin in hand. And we're gonna summon a blade from deck.
To be fair, playing around Arias was making Appaloosa, right?
I think we're fine.
This
so we're gonna
gets
summon Blade.
Blade.
And the Blade is gonna pop the Aki to get like another get the Witch out of the deck. Ooh. Pop the Aki, pop the Aki. Just summon Witch. Like you're just doing it to get a name out of to get her out of the deck you want her engrave. And then Aki can add back the Banish Fusion. Oh, we didn't banish it, so just the Fusion engrave. Yeah.
Okay. We should have
We
banished
didn't
it.
need to banish it.
Okay.
We didn't need to. Just we had everything. You can make an Apo here if you want a three mat.
Yeah, it feels kind of
Wait.
good. It should have been the other way around, I think.
Yeah, the problem is if you make the format, you just don't have the bodies to make the SP.
Yeah.
And the problem is, it's Imperm, you know, I don't know.
I think it has to be Arias, or just a dead one. The way that they're thinking with it. It's either a bluff, like a Kukluk, or an end phase, like Stovey, or it's actually Arias.
It's up to you then. I feel like if it was Aris, it would have been fired by now, right? To not lose
Possibly.
to Apo.
Might be waiting for the big guy.
In that case, sure. Yeah, so I'll go with your judgment on this. You go ahead and make your
I think it's
before you summon
probably
King. You don't...
better to do this instead of the Apo.
Okay.
And I mean, they're both terrible, right? If it's lab and the turn passes and they just set, they're both awful.
Yeah. If it's a furniture or multiple furnitures, you can pop up to 3 back row here. And if it is like Arius, you're fine as well because you have like SP. So yeah.
I'm gonna do this. I think this is the better play. So we put back Gatic.
You do want that witch in the graveyard by the end of the turn, though. But yeah. You want to leave Aki engrave, and that's like the only real priority here.
This one. Okay.
And sheep.
Sheep. How do I get this into the graveyard though?
So either by making the Apo or popping stuff that they said in the end phase.
Okay. In that case, it might have been a different story then. But this is fine because we could maybe.
Well, you have Mace in hand actually, so you don't need to bring back the Witch. You can just creation summon Blade from hand, so it doesn't matter too much actually.
I'm gonna pass and
yeah,
see what happens.
Yeah, go end phase, reset the Bone Party.
Okay.
Do we have something?
They do.
Okay, it is a furniture. But this is fine, we're just gonna pop whatever got set.
So this is just a quick effect, no condition.
Yeah. So you can actually just fire king creation first. You don't need to king here. And you're just gonna summon Blade, pitch the
Oh,
mace,
right, this
and we're
can
gonna get
pop.
the mace back in hand anyway.
Okay. I don't know if I want to discard the mace, but I guess it's
It's
worth it.
fine, because you can just go Bone Party, summon Gaddock, get back the mace. On the opponent's turn. You can just do that, so... Like, you can do that in draw phase.
Okay. This is pretty good. Because we just have... If they set 4, we pop every single one of them.
Yep. You kind of need to open Arius if you're going second against Memento with Lab, in my opinion.
Oh, they did have it.
Oh,
well, I guess it could have been a top deck.
I would...
How good is
Bone Party.
playing around this? Bone Party? What for?
You want to get to Mace in hand to, like, steal something that they would want to bounce at Big Welcome.
I think they're selling a Karma Cannon or something. That seems more likely, right? Or an Equation Cannon?
Well, if your names are face down, you can't pop them at Bone Party as well, so you don't really want to risk that as well. So yeah, I think you want to try and get the name in hand here. I would Bone Party. Bone Party also turns on the fusion, so yeah, I would. Because like, say you do get Karma Cannon, because you popped a monster, you can fusion make another king after the fact.
Okay, so we're
So
popping...
just pop like Blade or whatever, it doesn't really matter.
Blade.
And you're just gonna summon Gaddock. And that Gaddock is gonna get back to this.
Okay. Could also summon this back. Potentially. To pop something, if it happens. Okay, it's Trap Trick.
Like, yeah, if you creation pop something, if you king pop something, you can then field spell, bring back Blade. This is also where, like, fusion for twin is so relevant in the opponent's turn, because you put cards in hand you can discard for Blade or for Spalding and stuff like that.
This is kind of sus. How do we beat Equation Cannon? It's gonna be okay, 1, 2, 3.
SP's pretty good
6,
to
7,
just like
8, 9,
dodge
10,
it. They're not
12.
gonna kill us.
Okay, if there's 12, let me look at the cheat sheet. If there's 12, they need a level 9, 8, or 7. And we do have that.
You can wait for them to actually set the cannon, right? Like, you can wait for them to activate the cannon before we have to start worrying about what to get rid of.
Yeah.
Like,
but it doesn't resolve currently if I banish my Creation King.
You can banish your creation and your SP, and then King can pop itself and the cannon to change numbers as well. And then you're only losing like random names and not your bosses. Okay, it's Daruma. This is fine. Daruma just doesn't really matter here. Like, we lose the mace like take, but that's like fine.
This is fine. We can still Chimera.
We're not even gonna Chimera.
Not in response, but like with the set monsters. I guess I'm gonna...
Yeah, you want to SP with creation here. Like, there's no reason to leave it here to get, like, wiped by something.
Okay. I have to just be careful about my end phase.
I would do SP in regular creation, not King, but it doesn't matter too much.
No, I want King to come back so I can just pop their end phase, right?
I mean, you can just summon a King with fusion.
I think I'm gonna do both of these. I'm gonna let the SP die.
That's fine.
Because I need a card on board for this to work anyway. Although, Typhon is a problem now. I guess it's not too much of a problem because it's face down.
Yeah, it's face down, so it's fine. We just wait here.
Yeah, this is... Okay,
Okay,
it's pretty good.
I don't even think we want to draw. Like...
No, I'm not gonna draw.
We're actually fine with Typhon here, because if we get Typhon here, we're just gonna make Twin and summon a Blade and pop, like, whatever they set.
Okay.
Either way, we're gonna pop what they set here, whether it's Typhon or not. So I'm fine with them just making a body that's doing it.
So we don't need to Chimera because we can pop with Darkblade. Is that the plan?
We're not even gonna make. We wouldn't make Chimera. We'd make King, because King is just more pops.
No, but King can't be used.
Yeah. So now you don't even fire this yet. You just wait. We're gonna use Twin to summon a Blade. Yeah.
Are you sure this is
Like,
possible?
oh no, this bounces something. It literally doesn't matter. None of these matter. It's probably going to be Arius getting bouncer, I guess. If I have to guess. Yeah. Doesn't really matter. You do... Yeah, okay. They're getting bound. Okay, it's fine. Depending on when he attacks here, this could be good for us.
If they went end phase, I mean, it doesn't matter. They don't have back row.
Yeah, they go end phase, that's fine. We don't care. So if he goes end of main again in main 2, we don't even fire the fusion.
Are you sure? Because
But
they
if
have
he-
Arias plus... Okay, they've
Okay,
set.
now on end of main, you do need to fire fusion.
And
We're
this
gonna make Twin
is
using
this
the
one.
Blade on field, and just something random engrave, like another Blade.
Are you memeing today? What do you mean by that?
Mementoing.
Oh, Memento. Yeah, I see. Yes, we are.
The Twin, pop itself. Add like follow-up, so like a Blade and like Horse. And then we're gonna go chain 1 field spell, chain 2 Twin, chain 3 Aki. And we get a chain block Blade here as well.
From what?
From whatever chainable, yeah.
Something is chainable, apparently.
Yeah.
Arias has been used this time, right?
Could be another furniture. Summon Blade. And then summon Goblin, I guess, from Grave. Doesn't really matter. Oh,
What is this?
we didn't. Yeah, we didn't want to do that because we didn't want to. We wanted to discard that, but it's all. Yeah, you've already chosen it. Yeah, yeah.
I mean, isn't this already
It's
a
fine.
mistake? Honestly, like this whole line.
No.
I
Just
think
pitch the mace, pop the back row.
I guess
Yeah, summoning from Grave there probably was incorrect because now we lose the guys from SP. Yeah.
well, it didn't matter summoning from grave because if we summoned, we don't get either
Yeah,
of
we
them.
didn't want to summon with field spell. I realized that's my error. Yeah, we
We,
didn't want to summon.
but we needed. It doesn't matter, right? Because we need to return both to return either of them,
It attempts to return both at the same time.
right?
If they don't both need to come back, you would just choose which one comes back.
Oh, so we do
I'm
still get
pretty
to
sure.
choose one.
I mean, we don't have a zone.
Yeah, but if we had one zone, we would still get one of
Yeah,
them.
if we had one zone, we would choose
Okay.
like what to bring back. Yeah, and it would just probably be creation because creation can revive.
Okay.
the
Well, in this
So
case,
they
this is
just go to
pretty
grave,
sus.
but that's fine because we can just get them from grave. That is the perfect draw. You could just flip something and immediately make an Apo, but the Apo wouldn't be live, I guess.
I mean,
Probably still
this is
flip everything.
Arias. I'm trying to play around equation cannon, basically.
Hmm.
So I just want to force it and then go for a line that kills.
Then, yeah, I would.
I basically need to summon this
start-
again. I have a
Yeah, I
third
would start
one.
with Blade pop itself to get one engrave. So you can then set up to revive it.
Okay.
Blade pop itself, we just get Witch. which can just add as like a piece of interaction, like sheep. Sheep's nice. Then we go fusion grave effect, and we're gonna pop the Aki with it. And we're gonna add fusion. So then we go chain 1 field spell, chain 2 Aki to add something back. You could put like one of the Creation Kings back in your extra, like for the banished one.
This is adding to
as fusion
hand.
material. Yeah, but it still puts it in extra.
How am I getting the
So-
Dark Blade?
No. You want to summon the Dark Blade, so you don't want to add it to hand here.
With this?
You're summoning it with field spell, yeah. So you just want to
Okay.
add back the banished Creation King, so you have one left in deck to fuse as well.
Still
Just
have
nice
one,
and
right?
grind.
Yeah.
You do. It's just always nice, for general rule. And you're just gonna summon Blade off this Miklan and pitch like whatever, probably just the horse, because you've already got so many names and stuff. It doesn't matter. Yeah, there's the cannon. And we do not care about any of these cards. Like, these don't matter.
How do we summon this?
It's when something is destroyed, so we just ignore it right now. We don't have much time, so you need to just let this resolve. We don't care about any of the cards currently on field surviving.
Okay. Oh, they didn't have it.
Oh, didn't have it. Okay, well now we just make like
I
a
just
link
need
to clear full board space.
I only have one link. Oh no, I have many.
Yeah, make
links.
Celine access code. You can make Celine and just make an access code that doesn't gain the attack, and then just summon King and just pop the thingy and then just summon. Yeah,
The
just make an access
chainable
code. Don't
is-
use the effect
is
on
just
summon.
this.
Yeah, we're just gonna force the Typhon with this, so. Just don't activate the effect.
It's kind of funny not using the effect.
It is funny, yeah. Now he has to bounce it.
They can't bounce it. It bounces their own card.
Oh, it's level 8 or higher fiend, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it summoned bodies here, but this does not matter. Because we're just gonna attack face here. So now we just summon creation. Yeah, we can also just do this. And yeah, just summon creation. Just shuffle fucking anything, who cares? Do fusion for Gary, might as well.
It's game.
Yeah. I couldn't remember if Karis could like summon a name from Grave or whatever, so I just wanted to make sure we. Oh, yeah. There we go.
Nice. I do think that this is probably a nice matchup just because of how much popping you have for like back row.
Pretty nice.
Yeah.
It can be rough going second against Lab because like the cannon's pretty devastating when you're trying to
Yeah.
set
I mean
up.
that's true for
If you've
any
already
deck
got
though.
your- Yeah. But what I mean is because like Memento only has one way to get back things from banished, and that's Aki. If Aki gets banished, you just can't get anything back.
Okay. I think that'll do it for me for now.
Mhm.
I'll just have a short stream and I'll end it here. Yeah, I like the deck. It was kind of... I like it. I'll have to get used to the combos on turn 1, but I really do like how it plays on the opponent's turn.
Yeah. It's rare they make a deck that plays like Branded.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for helping.
No
Alright.
worries. Anytime.
Okay. So
I better head off as well because I've not had lunch yet. And it's
Okay.
4:30, so I should go ahead.
okay. Enjoy your lunch. Goodbye.
Bye bye.